Okay, this is a break in my coaching stream. I do coaching streams every fucking week. Or at least I try to do every week on the weekends. So this is the triple rerun video guide. So the reruns are 24 Pickman and Horla. 24 Pickman Horla. Generally speaking, watch my older videos. On my channel, I have every fucking video. Okay? I have every fucking Awaker, every fucking thing. And you get it without me yelling in your ear. Do you want me to yell in your ear, curse you out, and say to kill yourself and your family? To say to rip out your entrails and feed them to your own dogs? Because you're a piece of shit scum? If you don't want that, I have alternative guide videos where I don't yell at you. That's more condensed. You know why I call them? The Flares Awakener Review. Now, if a unit is changed, if a unit is whatever, I will do it in these reruns. These rerun videos, I made them for the algorithm. So, for this, in case you don't want me to fucking yell at you and waste 2 hours of your time rambling on my stream, go to my channel, go under playlists, check under Awaker Showcase. I have guides that are shorter for each specific individual unit. Okay? So it's Pikmin, it's 24, it's fucking Horla. What should you pull? You should pull E1 Horla. You should pull E2 Pikmin. You should pull E1, or E2 24 unless you love her and you wail out so she can become a god tier DPS.
Yep.
But that's what I recommend. Now I'm going to go into what their kit does. Again, if you want to know it briefly, without me yelling in your face, cussing you out like the dirty fucking scum you are. Because the only fucking reason I make these rerun videos is for the fucking algorithms. Stop watching this video. Click on a playlist and go for each individual one you want to know about on the playlist channel. Please! If no one watches these rerun videos, I wouldn't make them. I wouldn't yell at you. But you know what? People want this. You are fucking dirty, disgusting piece of shit. You guys want me to crash out. So that's what I'm doing. Okay? So, let's go into each individual kit and what they do. So, let's close this. Let's go to every single rerun video. This is a big waste of your time and my time. Because I'm not editing this shit. I'm not editing. You know why? I already edited this shit for everything. Why am I still going on about it? Because you guys make me. I said I have no editing. I'm just going straight into it like other dog shit people, okay? So, let's go one by one. Let's go to an important one. Horla. Most important unit. Universal. What does she do at every Enlightened? E1, it's all you need. Why the E1? For the vuln and the weakness on her strike and her defense. E2, controversial. I talk about this all the time. Some people love the E2, some people hate the E2. Problem is, once you get E2, you better hope you fucking love it. You better hope you fucking love Horla's E2, because if you don't, you're stuck with it forever. Forever and ever and ever. You cannot cancel this E2. This E2 is a hit or miss depending on what players you are, what team comp you are. You see it? I have 3 extra dupes of Horla. I will never click this button. I will fucking kill myself if I click this button. Because it's fucking AIDS. It is fucking AIDS. Her E2 for me. For my use cases. Everyone says, oh, it's good. No. For me, for most people, for a lot of people, her E2 is dog shit. Why? It gets retained on every single one of her cards, which is good for sometimes. But sometimes, let's say you're playing Horla with Caster. That's fucking 4 cards you have to play out of your hand, bitch. It's 4 fucking cards. Like 1 or 2 retain cards, good. Cycle for deck player. Fucking 4 retain cards? No, sometimes you don't want to play a Horla card, but this, you have to play it to get rid of it out of your fucking hand. If you're fighting a boss, which gives you retain, guess what cards? Yeah, you have to get rid of these. So if you're playing on a team, or playing on a team where you're retaining a lot of cards anyway, let's say a calf, let's say a caster, those 2 teams, awful. Awful. I don't like that versatility. I've cleared every content with EU1 Horla, okay? However, some people like it. Some people say you will have the card bone or weakness in hand whenever you want. That is the pro of her E2, which is a very good pro on most team comps. Not in my team comps. That's why I would never recommend it. Once you go ET, you can't go back. You cannot go back ever. This retain card is ever. You cannot turn this off. This is so awful. If I could turn it off, I would gladly put it up. But let's go for her emotions. Let me go to a random thing so I can showcase it. Okay, this is just fucking let me go to the fucking Starbound rail. If you don't like me cursing a lot, go to my other videos. I probably curse a lot too. I don't care. So boom, boom, boom. Let's see. Use my fucking Horla. Where the fuck is this? You are the reason I developed the tumor, okay? I know the doctors actually said the reason why I developed my tumor is because it's a genetic condition, blah, blah, blah. It normally only happens in middle-aged women. The fucking tumor I have, I'm like, I'm not a middle-aged, I'm not a woman. That's actually, I googled and said, this tumor is most common in middle-aged women. I'm like, the fuck is this? Believe it or not, I am not a middle-aged woman. Okay, guys? But apparently the tumor, it was a 8 I can't even pronounce it, dude. I have to go look at the sheet again. It's some kind of tumor thing. It's like most common. Why am I rambling right now instead of going over it? This is the point of these rerun videos. I'm wasting your time and my time. So I'm gonna make it entertaining. I do this on stream. All the rerun videos on stream. It's your fault for still watching this video. And it's not my fault. It's your fault for still watching this video. Why are you still watching the video? Go to my other content. Let me white stance. Just get the emotions. Okay, let's go. Here we go. That's one emotion. So, the first card you play, you transform into that. I'm not a middle-aged person, okay? So, there are 4 emotion cards. There's strike, defense, and the 2 skill cards. Every emotion gives you a permanent buff or stance mode, which is one of the strongest effects in the game. Some people argue that she's one of the strongest support units in the game. I have to agree. Because you can just play it once and fuck off, delete all of her cards, pretend she never exists. Sometimes doing nothing makes you better than most Ultra units, which is what Horla is. So each stance does a different effect. So her Dirge stance, no one ever uses this stance. I'm going to tell you the truth. It sounds good. No one actually uses a stance in actual reality. Like, no actual endgame player uses this stance. I use this stance maybe 1 out of every 21 runs, okay? Every player you see ignores this stance like the plague. This stance isn't real. This is the first card most players delete, actually. Most players delete this card. But what Dirge does is, does this, gives you a decent amount of strength, and it's in fear mode, or Dirge mode. All strength gain, counter gen, and poison gen is increased by 23%. That's what this stance does. You might think, oh, this is a good stance for players. Why does no one use them? Because all the other stances are better. Like Elegy stance, or the defense stance. Grief mode, sadness mode. People will call it, because the translation's all over the place. This one increases shield gen, HP recovery, and strength reduction effect by 23%. This is better on stall comps, okay? So if you're a stall comp, you play this, you go into this stance. Now, since we already played that stance, when I play this, it does not change stance. I'm still in fear stance. It only applies to leap mode. So this also carries over to next battle. The reason why she's so strong, you just play the stance, you delete her cards, and you go into the next battle. Again, this is just an example. Next battle here. So, blah, blah, blah. Here we go. You start with that stance forever. You don't need to play this Carol. You can stay in this stance forever. Now, Carol's this is one of the two stances everyone uses. Everyone either uses this, Snarl, and very rarely Elegy. So, a lot of players just play Carol, and they sit in Carol's stance forever. Because Carol's stance is quite strong. Like, it increases everyone's Alimus gen by 12%, but that's not why it's strong. This is why it's strong. All command cards gain retained, and unused Arith is retained. This is the only effect in the game that retains your Arith infinitely. Now, with this, you can do a lot of cheese comps with Calf and other units. So that means when I end turn here, I use 0 Arith, so I have 5 Arith. I end my fucking turn. Next turn, 10 Arith. See this? And I can just keep going, and you can have hundreds of Arith, and you can do stuff with it. There's a lot of cheese combos. That's why it's strong. It's the only effect in the game that does that. And it also retains hard cards. Now, what most people stay in is Snarl mode. You use Snarl mode a lot on Jellet. Snarl mode is final damage buff, which is one of the strongest damage multiplier if you understand what fucking... what's it called? Damage baskets is. You play Diablo, you play Path of Exile, you play any fucking ARPG, you know math, you're not a piece of shit dog shit player, you're not a new gamer. Okay, this is controversial. If you don't know what damage basket is, if you don't know what damage multiplier means, you're fucking lying to me, you piece of shit. Go fuck off. You're watching a fucking gacha guide. The moment I said damage basket, the moment I said damage multiplier, you should be going, oh, I understand. If any of you guys say, what the fuck's a damage basket, Flayers? What the fuck is a damage multiplier, Flayers? Why are you fucking lying to me? Why are you lying to me? You purposely went to fucking YouTube. You googled a gacha guide. You're a fucking nerd. You're following this fucking card game. Why are you playing a fucking card game? You probably play Magic the Gathering. You probably play Path of Exile. You probably play Yu-Gi-Oh! We're all nerds here, you piece of shit. You're not better than us. You know what a damage basket is. You know what a damage basket is. I shouldn't have to explain that. But yeah, it's a separate damage basket from strength, damage amp, all that. It's one of the rarer damage basket. So by math, you know PEMDAS? PEMDAS? You went to elementary school unless you're a fucking ultra player? You know what PEMDAS is? Yeah, you pretend everything else is in a parentheses. It's outside of the parentheses. Okay? It's a separate thing. It's a separate damage multiplier. PEMDAS. PEMDAS. That's why everyone uses anger. Final damage. After all the other damage multipliers, this takes effect, and then crit damage. So it's big dick damage. That is why anger is so good. So that is just basically Horla's kit. There's two stances, and you delete Dirge. You ignore Dirge. Her Exalt basically gives an effect based on what stance you're in. No one gives a shit about this. No one cares what this does. Most players just fucking play the fucking one emotions, delete all of her fucking cards, and tell her to pack it up. She's an H1B1 visa worker. Okay, you guys probably work in IT or in finance or whatnot. None of you guys are fucking creative unless you're poor. Okay, let's be honest here. If you're a creative, you're not playing gacha games. Cannot afford to play a gacha game, okay? if you're a writer, I'm sorry, you probably cannot afford to play this game. Yeah, that's just the reality of it. So you should know. You should know exactly what I'm talking about here. So let's quit and go to the next units. So Horla, E1 is all you need. If you think you want her to retain, go for it. But once you're in, you're out. Okay? So next unit, we're gonna go over Pikmin. Pikmin. What do you want on Pikmin? E2. E2 is what you want on the Pikmin. So Pikmin, Enlightened. So this, again, on my spreadsheet, I showcase the team comps, big picture, little picture, on what to build team comps. I'm gonna go team comps at the end of this video, of this fucking 1-2 hour long video. However long it takes me, get it for your fucking mind what to do. So, Pikmin. E2 is all you need. What does E1 do? Striker defense, draw 1 skill from other units. Takes effect to 1 turn per turn. It's very good. It's a free draw. Striker defense. E2, basically his painted silver relics are uploaded to golden relics. On the extensive Pikmin video, I showcase the difference between an old account and a new account. Your relic strength scales off of your account level. Okay? If you're a new player, most of the relics are useless. I disagree with it. I think it should be same for everyone. But yeah, new players, useless. If you want the actual comparison, go to my 5-month, 6-month-old Pikmin video. Nothing fucking changed, okay? Nothing fucking changed about Pikmin. Except for a bug fix. The only thing that's changed is a bug fix. There's one bug fix for Pikmin. Does not matter. We did not even know it was bugged. No one knew it was bugged in the first place. What was changed in the bug fix? This did not work. This did not work. This bottom text did not work for 5 months. So yeah. Don't trust numbers. It could be bugged. There's a lot of things in this game that are fucking bugged for like years, and no one ever catches it. Like crit rate. Did you know that there's been 2 crit rate wheels that were fake, that didn't actually give you crit rate? Don't believe your lying eyes. Okay, if you see something that says give you crit rate, your lying eyes. The crit rate is fake. Okay, it happened twice already. I don't trust crit rate anymore. So, his kit. Blah, blah, blah. Chromophage. Lifelike. Buffing exalts. Well in a Dorazine, exalt comps, strength comps. Arc 1, he's very strong in Arc 1 for P-Dive. This is shit endgame, which is whatever. And let me go over some things in actual gameplay here. Let me go over a random stage here. Doesn't matter. What's a random stage that I can hit straight? Here we go, normal mode. Blah, blah, blah. And might as well show you a build. So let's go over Pikmin. Let's get, I'm going to do this real fast. Dies, just to make a random comp. And fuck it, Zoo. This comp does not make sense. I know. I'm just showing you what he fucking does. So, doesn't matter. So, what you want to use on Pikmin? Dreams. Use Dreams. You use crit damage Dreams, the same one you use on G Murphy. Pikmin, doesn't matter. I'm just going to put stuff in. And what posse you want to use? There's only 2 posses you can use on Pikmin. I believe in Gateway, because I like the RNG. Some people like Voracious. Gateway has the potential for more fun combos. It's more RNG. And I like RNG. But most people use Voracious because it's less RNG. I live for the RNG, okay? I live and die by the RNG. So let's get this. And we're good. Skip story. Let's go in. Doesn't matter. This echo. Don't care. I'm just gonna do this real fast. Okay. Oh, perfect. So, every time you gain a creativity stack, chromophage, or discover, chromophage lowers by 1 cost. So when you play a lifelike, these are the golden relics. So if you have a silver relic, if you don't have E2, this is going to be 15%. All these values are halved, okay? If you don't have him E2. He's literally half power. So see, the strength lower. So chromophage, the good thing about it is that it always crit. It's a guaranteed crit hit. So we can just not use it here. And one of the things that's clunky and what I don't like about him. Do this, shuffle 3 base copies. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. What I don't like about him is that the chromophage is 3 cost now, but next turn it resets. So you have to do all your discovers in 1 turn. So this is reset. This is a 1 cost less because of the gimmick. Nothing else to do with it. So blah blah blah. Chromophage. This is perfect. Let me do that. Nice. Okay, I don't want to do much here. So this is Pikmin rails. Okay. So 1 stack of Mentation. That's the thing where you can pick 3 options, and each creativity stack, Pikmin gain 30% embryo fusion. Do this. Yep. And okay, so this is a combo. This is how you do the combo. You get a lot of chromophages either with Voracious or something, and then you can start the combo. First off, we can Posse first. Sometimes it'll be Voracious. This is why I love Gateway. You can Gateway into Gateway. So this counts as 2 discovers. So it's going to decrease Pikmin's mana by 2. And oh, Voracious! See this live on stream! Fuck you, Manchi! This is why! Believe in this shit, dude! Triple Voracious. Oh, triple discover. I have the hugest. Okay, normally you pick this, we have 1 card left, so let's pick the chromophage. Oh, look at that! That's triple discover, dude, folks. Free low. And this Exo also counts as a discover. Oh, and this is what a Fantasia does. When you pick this, you get all 3, and then we have no hand size, so there's no point. Let's pick the chromophage. Now, the next card after you play, since he's devoured, is -2. So let's play this. Let's play this. And easiest game of your life. You see that, folks? Believe. Believe. Let me just rouse him, and now you can just do big dick damage like this. So look at our strength. Temporary strength. Let's get this. Strength. Look at all this temporary strength. It's quite a lot, and it depends on how you build Pikmin. Yeah, so all these are guaranteed crits, but again, 50% reinforced, so it's whatever. And then you can use that strength to buff whatever unit you're playing. So it's either Daft, Doricine, or whatever. So this boss does not take a lot of damage outside of that, so it's fine. But yeah, that is basically Pikmin in a nutshell. That is basic combo. You know how to play Pikmin. This is all temporary strength. That's the combo. Yeah, 489 temporary strength. That's basically the Pikmin combo. That's all you need to know how to play Pikmin. What the DPS, what teams do you make with Pikmin? So basically, you ignore dice, so you make them with Doricine. The 2 other units are whatever. You can add whatever 2 other units to help you survive depending on the D-type. People are dog shit, they recommend you strict comps. This one's more flexible. You use Pikmin, carry. So whatever carry needs a shit ton of strength. So it's either Doricine or Daft. If it's with Daft, you use Pikmin and pick 2 other fuckers. So you can use Horla, for example. You can use Thighs, for example. But Thighs is probably going to be used elsewhere. So Pikmin, Good support, strength, another unit. Also gives strength down on his forecast. It's whatever. So Daff, Dorazine are the two big units that can really use his strength. Other than Arc 1 G Murphy. Arc 1 G Murphy can use him, not Arc 2. The reason why Arc 1 G Murphy can use him, because Arc 1 G Murphy does not have the Lemurian buffs. So, Pickman, E2 is recommend. You can go for OE if you want, but it's a waste of pools. If you're going to go for OE, recommend it on a unit that needs it. Like Manchet, like Tawil, like G-Doll, like all those good units that benefit a lot from OE. Recommend pulling for copies of them rather than a support like Pickman. So, next unit. Last unit. Maybe this video is going to be shorter than I thought. Last unit. 24. 24 rerun. Poison 24 is technically still the strongest poison team. However, it's dead because G Murphy uses Miriam. So the comp is dead unless you don't use G Murphy. G Murphy is cheaper than 24 to build and use. But 24 is very good. She's one of the strongest comps. She is the strongest comp in Arc 1. In Arc 1, Ultra 24 is the strongest comp in the game for chapters 1 through 9. Arc 1, 24. However, Arc 2, the strongest version of 24 is Blue 24, but Blue 24 is dead with the release of G Murphy. Not to say it got nerfed, it's just that G Murphy is better with lower investment, and she uses Miriam. The same unit that Blue 24 needs to function. However, if you go to my fucking tier list video, it has the combo with Manchi Vizsla. Let me go find the video since I'm wasting your time and my time anyway.
Bye.
Here we go. I found the video. So let me scroll up. Boom, boom, boom. Transition. Enlarge. Move this across. Here we go. This is what a Blue 24
without the what's it called?
What you want?
Red Sands.
Yeah, this is a Blue 24 combo. I don't build it 20. I don't like her gameplay style. It's too few cards played. It's like very, very little cards played. It's basically like one big burst and does a shit ton of damage. So it did all those combos. This is traditionally the team. Yeah, it's a fucked up combo. But you need a couple million damage.
I will have to skip the lightning strike or lightning.
He has it built 24, so we can show you.
I discarded the frenzy, but
yeah, yep.
It reset the deck and it came back.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh well, whatever.
Unfortunate. Yeah, he could have done a couple frenzies. Yeah. So this is the damage. Poison. Yep. So this is the damage. So again, he fucked up. So yeah, and then you pull another frenzy.
Like all you gotta do is lightning and then use Ramona Exalt.
So he fucked up. Back, so he could have played another
that
frenzy.
Would be the normal play.
So this is So this is 500,000 plus 76,000 poison. This is why it's the strongest poison combo in the game. One combo, 76,000 poison. That's poison cap, 500,000 damage, and he fucked up one card. So this could be 750,000 damage and 100-something thousand poison in a burst combo with 24 poison. However, comp's dead. G Murphy does way more. G Murphy does way more. So blah blah blah. So that is basically 24. There's also counter 24 in Arc 1. However, most of the reason why I recommend pulling her E0, E1 is to use her in a supportive capacity. So you can use her in a supportive capacity in the endgame D-Tides in a caster comp, in other comps, at E1 or E2. E2 is when she gets weakness and bone for support. So E2 is a good swapping point if you want to use her as support rather than a carry. If you want to use her carry, you got to pull her all the fucking way. But she's pretty strong, and they're going to give her a plus 12 buff pretty soon, probably. And her plus 12 buff is probably going to be pretty strong. So E1 is what I recommend stopping, or E2 if planning on using her as support. Because she's the only unit that has 4 different modes. She's 4 Awakers in one. So there's Blue 24, Mono 24, Carol 24, and Ultra 24. Each stance, she does a different thing. Let me explain. Let me show it to you. This is her thing. Yep. So in Chaos mode, if you're using her in a mono Chaos comp, which means only Chaos units, she's an Exalt damage DPS. If you're using her in a blue team, she's a poison DPS. If you're using her in a Carol team, she generates babies. That is it. If you're using her Ultra team, she becomes a counter DPS. Why is counter DPS bad in Arc 2? Because counter got nerfed quite hard. Poison did not get nerfed as hard as counter. And Poison 24 is the strongest 24 in Arc 2. But it's dead. So, if you like your game style, if that tickles your fancy, go for her. Otherwise, pull a couple copies of her. It's fine. Also, let's go over her additional rouse effects. So, why do I use her a lot on my caster teams? I use her a lot on my caster teams frequently. Not in this. Not in this D-type, I think last D-type. Let me show you. Previous issue. Number 1 again. Yeah, I'm almost number 1. Where is it? Where did I use caster last time? Maybe I didn't use it last time. Maybe it was way before. I generally use it a lot for the extra card. But her Rouse in Ultra is +2 hand size. So you can get a 14 hand size deck. So more Onyx Plumes. That's why I use her in a caster comp. Now, if you don't like the weakness, you don't like her thing, you can probably skip her. She's probably the most skippable out of the 3 reruns. Because Pickman can't really skip because he's a good unit E2. And Horla, you definitely can't skip. So that's basically the comp. So let me make the video a bit longer. How long is the video right now? 30 minutes. So let me go over random team comps. So for I already went over Pikmin. Horla. Horla goes into any team comp. So let's go over... Yeah, never use Horla's wheel on Horla, by the way. I will go over that in my long Horla video as well, but use other DR wheels because her wheel is too good to be used on her. Use it on an actual DPS. Why is it too good? Crit rate, crit damage 20%, HP recovery, ailments 20%, strength 20%. It's everything 20% buff. So rather use this on a DPS like Corpo rather than Horla. So don't use her wheel on her. Her wheel is very good, just not on her. Use DR. Use DR wheels, just any 2 DR wheels. You don't have to use these 2 wheels, just whatever 2 DR wheels you want on Horla. And what else do you use? Covenant. You put a random DR Covenant. Because her fucking Soul Force scales off DR. So DR, DR, DR. Not this necessarily. So, if you're using her on a caster team, you put in the caster, Jenkins, and then you put in something Keyflare. So, in this scenario, I have 3 Ultra already, so I can Realm Mix. You should almost always Realm Mix with something. So let's Realm Mix with a stall. Let's pretend this is a stall comp. So you put in 24. Again, you can use whatever wheel here. And then crit rate on Jenkins. Her wheel, another crit rate wheel. So if you don't have that +12, you use fucking cat. Where's the fucking cat? Cat. Cat. My eyes are blind. Oh, right here. Cat. This is why, if you don't have it, this is what I recommend. But what do you use for 24? Probably DR. Probably DR, some shit. Or whatever good wheels you have. And then, because this is just stall caster, I use my caster set. You use April. And use whatever on 24. It doesn't matter. I just use this meme. So yeah. This is an example of a stall Horla comp. You elegy. Then you fuck off. What's another Horla comp? The fucking Gellet comp. Which I already have. I use it every D-tie. This is what most people use it on. It's the most common one. This comp. Zac, Wheels, and Covenants. Now, she goes everywhere. Because her kit is universal. Just put on stance, you ignore her, put her with any DPS. That's why she's so good. If you want that ultra turn, you put her with whatever. So let's go over. Pickman went over, Horla went over, 24 went over. Yep, video's over. Glad you enjoyed it or hate it.